Hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle University. Welcome to our virtual open days and welcome to architecture. My name is Ivan. I am a lecturer in architecture at the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape at Newcastle University. And under normal circumstances, I would have welcomed you to this fantastic building that you can see on the slide. Instead, this year, as you know, because of the difficult circumstances, I have to welcome you to my living room. It's not the same, but I hope you find today's presentation informative and useful to help you to take a decision. I can only say please enjoy this virtual open day. Please look at as many of the presentations as you can, and hopefully we will see you soon with us. I only have 10 minutes today to go through this presentation. It's not the same as the normal open days in which the presentations at the lecture hall take longer. So I will go straight away to the contents that I am planning to present today. What I'm going to cover is, first of all, why study architecture at Newcastle. Then what degrees we have available for you. Then I will elaborate a bit further on the program structure of the main BA program we've got, which is the BA Honours in Architecture. And then finally I will explain what you have to do if you want to apply. So why study architecture at Newcastle? Well, there are several reasons that we can mention. First of all, we are part of the Russell Group, which basically represents 24 of the top universities in this country, in the United Kingdom. Also, we have a teaching excellence framework, a TEF, gold status, endorsed to our institution since 2017, which basically says that we are good at teaching. It's the top category in the TEF that exists in this country. Also, we are one of the top 175 universities in the world in the arts and humanities category, according to this year's World University Rankings. We are within the top 100 universities in the world as well in the architecture category, according to this year's also rankings. And we are currently ranked 8th in the UK in the architecture category, according to the Complete University Guide in 2020. So we have got very high status in not only at university level, but also at school level. But also I would say that, and you can see in this slide, APL, we are a comprehensive school of architecture. As the acronym says, APL, that stands for School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape, which is not very usual to find a school that has got the three disciplines as part of the name. We are a multidisciplinary school. And although each one of those branches, architecture, planning and landscape, has got their own programs of study, we always try to complement each other and inform each other in the content. So we have a lot of influence, for instance, from planning in our programs of architecture. We also do a lot of research. We don't just do teaching. We are quite active on the research front, and we try to relate both research and teaching through what we call research-led teaching in our programs of study. Also, our main programs, the BA Honours in Architecture and the Master of Architecture, are fully accredited by the RIBA and the ARB, who are the two accrediting bodies that exist in the UK. And also, it's a shame that you are not on campus today because you cannot see the facilities, but we have excellent facilities for you to use, such as in this image you can see on the slide, our workshop that was refurbished and opened 2 or 3 years ago only. So what degrees we have available? From the undergraduate point of view, we have basically two. The BA Honours in Architecture, which is the one I am basically presenting today. The code is K100. And we also have another undergraduate program, what we call the BA Honours in Architecture and Urban Planning, which is usually called AUP. The code is K190. If you are interested in this one, the K190, the AUP, there is another presentation done by Armel that is part of this virtual open day. So I would definitely encourage you to see her presentation to get more information about this other undergraduate program that we've got, the AUP K190. And apart from these two undergraduate programs, we teach those alongside master's programs, such as the Master of Architecture, which is the program I am the degree director of, and also the Masters in Advanced Architectural Design with the route of property development or architecture and cities. In regards to the BA Honours in Architecture, the main undergraduate program that I'm presenting today, first of all is to say that it's a fully accredited program, as I say, by the RIBA and the ARB. And when you graduate, in addition to getting your degree, you also get what it's called the RIBA Part 1 accreditation, which you can see here on the slide on the right-hand side. This is basically a very quick summary of the route to the profession in the UK. So all the steps you have to take from the very beginning until you register, and you can definitely call yourself legally an architect. So it's Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So the first step of this ladder is getting your Part 1, which is basically through doing your BA Honours in architecture. The program structure is 3 years full-time at 120 credits per year, what we call Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3, or first year, second year, and third year. And the main subjects every year are basically design, technology, and theory and history. And these are complemented as well with other modules, but usually through electives. And what I thought of doing over the next few slides is just illustrating the results or the different modules or the different components that you take every year, through showing some samples of work that students have done in previous years in Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3. So, for example, in Stage 1, I would probably say that the most important thing for you in Stage 1 is to gain the basic skills, such as hand drawing, physical model making, architectural representation. So it's basically getting you to break the ice and start doing things that perhaps you haven't done before until you got to study with us at the university. Then in Stage 2, there is basically, I would say, an evolution and consolidation of all those skills, but also gaining new ones. There's a big emphasis on digital drawing and computer modeling as well. So basically you can see from these images that you perfect all the skills you gained in Stage 1, and you evolve them and you gain new ones. And finally in Stage 3, which is the graduating year, is basically a conclusion of all of that journey through what we call a graduation project. It's a year-long project through different stages. And you can see that the project that you have to take in the final and the graduating year is much more complex. It's quite important as well to mention that Stage 3 is the year when we have our international field trip, and in recent years we have very different destinations all across Europe. So how to apply? We consider qualifications, very different qualifications, such as A-levels, Scottish Highers, International Baccalaureate, and many more. So, and actually, because we're very proud of our students having very different backgrounds, not just all coming from a single route. And what you can do is, if you want to know the specific details of those entry levels according to each one of the qualifications, please go to our website, because they specify there which specific entry levels are required for each one of the routes. And in addition to this, we require the submission of a digital portfolio of work. And as we say here on the slide, it includes different media, such as drawings, photography, text, etc. And it's something very personal. I would say it's very thoughtful, and ultimately shows your take into the discipline, and basically demonstrate your design potential, your critical thinking, and because, as I said, we acknowledge that students come from very different backgrounds, we are very used to see in those portfolios different media. Students that use a lot of hand drawing, students that they have a lot of photography, physical model making that is being photographed and inserted in the portfolio. So there is a lot of things you can do, and once you apply, you will get more information about what your portfolio could include and the different formats that you can use. So thank you very much for watching. That was 10 minutes, and I hope the presentation was informative. And as I said, that you come to the conclusion that Newcastle is your place to study architecture. If you have any questions, please take note of my email address that appears there on the last slide, or visit the live chat. Thank you very much.